everyone, it's Lori, and I thought in today's video I would talk about a couple of my favorite ways to impact color. Spring is just bursting with color, and I thought it might help to share with you a couple ways in Lightroom and a couple ways in Photoshop to impact color beyond our basic, color mixer or hue, saturation, and luminance. So we want to go beyond that today. So let's jump in and get started. So the first way may be the easiest and the simplest, but it makes such a big impact. I always think about my temp and temperature when I am trying to alter the color in my image. So temp is going to give our image a cool or a warm tone, and it's a great way to alter the colors and the overall look of your image. Tint is going to really give us that more green and reduce the magentas, and then the magenta side is going to give more of that magenta cast. You can also keep it pretty neutral as shot or with a really straight kind of clean white balance, which will really just put the focus on the main colors of your image. But that is a great way, number one, to adjust your color is with your temp and tint. So the next thing that I like to do, of course you have the color mixer, but we have the new feature called point color, and I am really enjoying this one. So let's give it a shot with this image. Let me come in and zoom, and I want to focus on this wisteria. So I'm going to grab the dropper, and we're going to come over and select this purple color, and now we can customize and come in and adjust that to enhance it. I'm also going to alter the hue of it because it's really more of a blue purple. So I wanted to alter that. Also the brightness, we can make it darker or we can make it a little bit brighter. So point color, what a difference that made. That's before and then after. Let me turn off my blinkies because I had fixed that before. Okay, so there's before and after. So just a little bit of difference there. All right, so let's go ahead and make sure that we are back on the after of the image. Okay, let's go back to the edit. Okay, so that was the second way that I like to edit color, and that is using the new point color. Now, the third way is a little more enhanced or a little more specialized, but it works so well, and that is using a mask, and the mask is color range. So this is where we're going to select this mask. We're going to come in at the crossbar and select our color. Now, once that color is selected, you can turn on your show overlay. Now, as you can see, that color was throughout our image, but we're going to go ahead and slide this range down until we get just our tulips. Now, we could also intersect this mask. So if we want to come down up here to the three dots, and we need to be on our mask to do this. So let me go up to the mask, three dots. We're going to do intersect with. And what I'm going to do there is intersect with, I'm going to do select objects. And now I'm going to just select these tulips. Now I could have done the selection first, but sometimes the color range will select just the color that you're wanting. But if not, all you have to do is that intersect with. So the next step, I am going to come down. Let's change our mask color so that we can see it. Maybe blue would work. There we go. Now, for the mask, what I want to do is I'm going to actually increase that. I really want it to be pretty strong in that area. So next I'm going to come down and we're going to go to saturation. We're just going to really saturate, and we are going to add a little pop of exposure to those tulips. I'm going to turn off our overlay now, and we can also use our hue to impact the color. So depending on what you want, there we go. We can make those a lot darker, a lot more kind of a purple tone. Bring them all the way over, little blue tulips. You can see we could just really play with the color. Let's come back and get them right there, kind of that pink tone. We've saturated them, and I think that is just stunning. So color range is a great way to target colors in your image. You can also use your object selection. So let's do one more together. I'm going to do objects. And what I want to do is select the little house here. Let's see how it does. Show overlay. Oh, it did a great job for us. Okay, so now I want to come down and we could do a couple things with this. So I'm going to saturate that and let's go remove that overlay. I forgot to do that. And now we can come in and actually alter that color if we wanted. So we could come down and just make it all different shades of color. Now we would need to continue to tweak it, but if we wanted it to be a little more blue, like it on the turquoise side, but just a little bit darker, you can see we could desaturate it, bring that up just a little bit, and I think that looks nice. So those are my tools here in Lightroom to impact the color in your image. And let's look at this before and after. Very subtle differences, but some nice differences in our colors. Now let's go over to Photoshop and I want to show you a fun trick related to color. So I have this same image up, but it is not edited. And what I want to do is I have a second image that was taken the same day, but it was in a different area of the garden. And in this area, you can see the view was much brighter and the colors are much more saturated and bright. What I want to do is make the images match. And I want this image to have this same brightness, look and feel. So there is a really easy way to do this in Photoshop. So what we're going to do is we've got our image selected. We're going to go up to image adjustments and we're going to go down to match color. When you select that, you then can do source and we want to select the image, which was that number 1275. It's going to pop up here for us and you'll instantly see the change in your image. Now here's where you can increase the color intensity if you want to. You can alter the luminance. So you can make it brighter or not so bright. You can also fade it a little bit if you want. So that's just going to give it kind of a softer transition. And when you're done, you click OK, and it's going to add it to your image. So now we've got that added as a beautiful look. And if you go and compare the two, you'll see the color tones are very similar. Now we could continue to make adjustments here in Photoshop to our image using all kinds of adjustment tools. We could also take the image back to Lightroom, but I just wanted to show you that fun option that was image adjustments, match color. You just need to have your image that you want to pull the colors from here in Photoshop, and then you'll be able to make that selection. So I hope you'll try some of these alternative ways to impact color in your image. I love to use these tools. There are many, many more, but these were just a couple that I wanted to share with you today. And as you're editing images, I hope you'll consider trying them out. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, everybody.